Your brain can store roughly 2.5 petabytes of information. That's enough to hold 3 million hours of TV shows. But here's the thing. Scientists have been trying to figure out how that's even possible, and they might have been looking in the wrong place this whole time. For decades, we've given neurons all the credit. These 86 billion cells firing electrical signals were supposedly the whole story behind every thought, memory, and feeling you've ever had. Turns out we might have been ignoring the real stars of the show, literally star-shaped cells called astrocytes that make up about half your brain. Think of your brain like a massive company. We always assumed neurons were doing all the work, while astrocytes were just the janitors, keeping things clean and delivering supplies. But what if those janitors were actually running secret operations that made the whole company function? That's exactly what researchers at MIT started wondering. They noticed something weird about astrocytes. While neurons communicate with quick electrical zaps, astrocytes use calcium waves, like ripples in a pond. And here's where it gets interesting. A single astrocyte can touch hundreds of thousands of connection points between neurons. Imagine you're at a party where everyone's having one-on-one conversations. That's how neurons work. They talk to each other in pairs at connection points called synapses. But astrocytes? They're like that person who somehow manages to be part of every conversation at once, listening in and occasionally dropping comments that change the entire discussion. The MIT team, led by Leo Kozachkov, realized this could be huge. See, there's this old problem in neuroscience. If neurons only connect in pairs, the math doesn't add up. Your brain shouldn't be able to store nearly as much as it does. It's like trying to fit the entire internet on a smartphone from 2005. The capacity just isn't there. But what if astrocytes are the missing piece? The researchers built a computer model treating each tiny branch of an astrocyte as its own little calculator. Suddenly, the storage capacity exploded. We're talking about a system that could theoretically store an unlimited amount of information, only restricted by the physical size of your brain. Here's how it works. When neurons fire, nearby astrocytes detect the signals and respond with their own calcium waves. These waves create patterns, almost like a secret code flowing through the astrocyte. Then the astrocyte releases chemicals called gliotransmitters that influence which neurons fire next. It's this back-and-forth conversation that might be the key to memory. Dmitry Krotov from the MIT Watson AI lab put it this way. To build the kind of dense memories we have, you need more than two neurons talking. You need something that can connect many neurons at once, and that's exactly what astrocytes do. The implications are mind-blowing. If this theory holds up, it means we've been missing half the story of how your brain works. Every memory you have, from your first day of school to what you had for breakfast, might depend on these overlooked cells creating complex calcium patterns and coordinating massive networks of neurons. Professor Maurizio De Pitta from the University of Toronto, who wasn't involved in the study, called the implications striking. According to this model, your brain isn't just more powerful than we thought. It's fundamentally different in how it processes and stores information. But here's the really exciting part. This discovery could revolutionize artificial intelligence. Current AI systems are based on our old understanding of neurons. If we start building AI that mimics how astrocytes work, connecting multiple points and creating these dense memory networks, we could see a massive leap in what artificial intelligence can do. Jean-Jacques Slotin, an MIT professor involved in the research, points out that neuroscience hasn't really influenced AI development for the past 50 years. This astrocyte research could be one of the first major contributions from modern brain science to artificial intelligence in decades. Of course, this is still theoretical. The researchers need to test whether manipulating astrocyte connections actually affects memory the way their model predicts. But if they're right, it changes everything we thought we knew about the brain. So next time you remember something, whether it's a phone number, a face, or where you left your keys, you might want to thank your astrocytes. These star-shaped cells have been quietly running the show all along, turning your brain into the most sophisticated storage system in the known universe. What do you think? Does knowing your brain might work completely differently than scientists thought change how you think about your own mind? The research was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, with the team hoping experimentalists will test these ideas to see if the brain's background cells are actually its memory superstars.